Former prisoners have high rate of preventable deaths from substance abuse. Substance abuse has been identified as one of the reasons that the preventable death rates for former prisoners is unacceptably high. Recent figures and details have caused many to describe the rates as alarmingly high. In the past, higher mortality rates among former prisoners was high, but no efforts were made to determine why this was the case, or to perform an in-depth investigation of this. In the USA alone, there are more than 5 million people who were former prisoners last year, and this population accounted for approximately 12% of the deaths in the country. Researchers at Oxford University, UK, performed an analysis of the death causes for all of the prisoners who were released from prison in the country of Sweden between the years 2000 and 2009 and were deceased. The study on substance abuse and former prisoners showed that many of the deaths were preventable. 42% of the males involved had a psychiatric diagnosis for at least one mental disorder, and this percentage was even higher for women at 64%. The substance abuse prevalence among all former prisoners was very high. Around 6% of former prisoners were dead within 5 years of being released from incarceration, and 44% of the deaths were considered preventable because they were caused by preventable accidents or suicide. 34% of the deaths for men and 50% of the deaths for women in the group were linked to substance abuse. Former prisoners who had a previous history of substance abuse before incarceration had even higher rates of preventable death linked to substance abuse. Substance abuse has been identified as one of the reasons that the preventable death rates for former prisoners is unacceptably high. Recent figures and details have caused many to describe the rates as alarmingly high.